Synchronizing. Everything is now in sync. Sync. Yeah. Sync it really good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Chilling Scares video. You know I love me my Chilling Scares videos, y'all. You know I love it. Today we got 6 most disturbing mysteries solved with Google Maps. This is kind of crazy to think that Google Maps is actually out here solving mysteries like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess it makes sense. I don't even know how it like works. There's little, Google cars that maybe drive by or something. I don't know. Is it satellite? I don't know. We're about to learn something though. Y'all ready? Get your snacks, little drinks. It's only 12 minutes, but you gotta go to the bathroom. Better do it real quick because I ain't pausing. You got 5 seconds. All right, I think that's been 5.
July 30th, 2010, 3 men were drinking together in a backyard in Richland County, South Carolina. The names of the men were Leslie Todd Parvin, Edgar Lopez, and Pablo Gutierrez Guzman.
Why is there a drawing?
At some point in the afternoon, an argument broke out between the 3 men, and Leslie ended up pulling a handgun from his waistband and taking the lives of the 2 other men.
Bruh.
It's unclear exactly what sparked the argument between the 3 men, but immediately after the shooting, Parvin fled to Louisiana in his green Kia minivan. Once there, he shaved his head and destroyed both the gun he had used to take the lives of his 2 victims, as well as the minivan. For a few days, Parvin managed to elude the authorities, but pretty soon the cops started scanning through license plate records of all green Kia vans registered in Louisiana.
Wow.
According to investigation documents, after the double murder, a witness had reported a partial tag of Parvin's minivan to the police. And a couple days later, on a whim, the cops plugged the suspect's address into Google Maps Street View, and sure enough, found a green minivan parked in front of his house with the license plates and description matching what the witness had told them. With that kind of evidence stacked against him, it was pretty much all over for Parvin. And on August 19th, a relative brought him back to his home in the Windsor Lake area, where he was promptly arrested on 2 charges of murder and later sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Good. Get him out of here.
During the investigation, it was
Wait,
publicly
35?
revealed that Parvin was a 20-year Army veteran with 5 overseas deployments and a pretty bad case of PTSD, which he had been diagnosed with in 2007. According to his father's testimony, his 20 years of military service and the stress from his tours near Iraq and Afghanistan could have influenced his behavior on the day of the incident. You would think that after 2 decades of selflessly serving his country, Parvin would have been provided the appropriate mental health treatment to help him live his life peacefully. Instead, 2 innocent men are now dead, and the perpetrator himself will be spending most of the rest of his life behind bars. 35 years after his crime, at the age of 75, Parvin will be released from prison into a world he'll probably no longer even recognize.
Damn, that's sad. Rest in peace to those people, dude.
In July 2018,
what the hell's going on here?
An incredibly disturbing video which showed a group of uniformed men leading multiple women and children through a dirt road and onto a deserted patch of land, where the armed men then shamelessly took the lives of the victims at gunpoint. In the video, the men can be heard accusing the women and children of belonging to the notorious terrorist group Boko Haram. The video caught the attention of the entire world, with hundreds of people immediately alleging that the terrifying footage had been captured in Cameroon. However, the government of Cameroon immediately denied the claims, alleging that the video wasn't even shot in their country and that their army was being wrongly blamed for killing civilians. Still, the BBC wasn't convinced, and their team of researchers decided to find out who had been responsible for the atrocities in the video, where they took place, and when. After receiving an anonymous tip, they used Google Maps to study the layout of a particular region in Cameroon and discovered that the mountain range visible in the background of the video was near a village named Krawa Mafa, very close to the Nigerian border. By analyzing several years of Google satellite imagery of the region, the researchers from the BBC...
Dude, that's fucking crazy. These niggas are smart as fuck, dude. I hear like people be finding out locations where you're at just by like stars or somehow. Like they just need to see a star in the background of your photo and you're fucking cooked. Like that doesn't make any sense. How does that even work, dude? I mean, he's showing it to me. He's showing it to me. Look at this shit, dude. That's insane.
We were able to determine that the incident had taken place at some point between March 20th and April 5th, 2015. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that the Cameroonian government hadn't been honest when they denied the claims.
I bet.
For example, the government had claimed that the Cameroonian army didn't use weapons like the ones shown in the video, but the BBC's analysis revealed that the guns were Serbian-made Zastava M21s, which are in fact used in the Cameroonian army.
Ooh.
On top of this, several other details that the government had claimed were inaccurate turned out to be a perfect match, including the armed men's uniforms. A month after the Cameroonian government's initial denial of the claims, they then updated their statement to clarify that 7 members of the army were now under investigation. And when the BBC shared their full report with the Cameroonian government, the country's Minister of Communication was reported saying 7 soldiers were arrested, disarmed. They are under investigation right now. I can confirm that all 7 of them are in prison. In their next statement, the Cameroonian government released the names of the 7 detainees, and the BBC confirmed that some of them were the same people who were seen in the video executing the innocent women and children.
Bro, this is fucking
In 2020,
horrible.
4 of the soldiers in the video received 10-year prison sentences for the murders, while a 5th soldier was sentenced to 2 years for filming and sharing the footage. The other 2 soldiers were acquitted. It's crazy to think that you can get away with such an atrocious crime and only face 10 years in prison. But at least they're being held accountable for what they did, all thanks to a very detailed examination of the video's content against Google's satellite imagery.
Are they even being like, is that even true? They could just be lying again, straight up. Like, who was that? The Prime Minister? I'm not up on my like that, but I don't know. We don't actually know that dude. It's all probably could just be a big lie. He could be fucking, I don't know. That's fucking horrible, dude. Rest in peace to those people. This is why I took a break. I'm glad I took a break because I haven't uploaded my reactions in a hot minute because I've been busy with work. But I kind of needed it because watching these videos takes some toll on your psyche. Just watching them back to back to back. They're so interesting, but golly, dude. I need to mix in some more baseball stuff now.
Between 2010 and 2011, 11 bodies were found near Gilgo Beach on the south shore of Long Island between Nassau and Suffolk counties. Most of the bodies belonged to female escorts whose lives had been taken as early as 1993.
Whoa.
But it wasn't until 2023 that they finally managed to arrest Rex Huerman, a 60-year-old architect and father of 2, and connect him to the crimes through DNA evidence, cell phone records, and the links between his Chevy Avalanche and the crimes. After his arrest, Rex was charged with the deaths of 4 women, and later he was charged with the deaths of 2 other women after DNA evidence linked him to the crimes. Disturbingly, the cops found that the suspect had used several burner phones to conduct thousands of searches.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. My dude really trying to take a selfie like this. Bro, look at you. Look at you! You're Jeffrey Dahmer if he had darker hair and 70 more pounds.
Related to the things he later ended up doing to his victims. And to seal Huerman's fate, they also found a huge Word document on his hard drive in his basement.
Jeffrey Dahmer glasses should be illegal. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, those glasses are not even like, I don't know. There was probably stylish in the 80s, maybe. Those glasses that dude was wearing. Those aren't even like the same Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. But like, dude. He ruined it. I'm sorry. If y'all like those glasses, he ruined it for you.
And to seal Huerman's fate, they also found a huge Word document on his hard drive in his basement, in which Rex had planned out the murders of his victims in very explicit detail. Shockingly, the document included checklists that outlined the steps he needed to complete before, during, and after his killings. Based on court evidence, Huerman started committing these crimes as early as 1993, and if found guilty, he'll be facing multiple consecutive life sentences in prison. As of 2024, the case is still ongoing, but during the investigation, some more disturbing details have surfaced. In 2023, some online users discovered a Google Street View image of Huerman talking to an unidentified woman near his office on East 36th Street more than a year before his arrest. Now, we have no idea who this woman is, and it's very possible that she was a potential victim, but we also can't say that for sure. Chillingly, in the image, Rex also appears to be wearing the same shirt that he wore for a YouTube interview earlier in 2022, where he spoke about his role as an architect at his firm on 5th Avenue. His defense lawyer, Michael Brown, told the New York Post that the cops have the wrong man.
Bro, how can you, I don't know, at a certain point, like, if you're a defense lawyer, how do you defend a nigga when you know goddamn well they're guilty? Like, I gotta look into that sometime, because I don't know how you can. I guess they have to if they want to get paid, right?
In September 2008, a 14-year-old Dutch boy was riding his bike in the town of Groningen, about 110 miles northeast of Amsterdam, when suddenly 2 young men walked behind him, dragged him off his bike, and robbed him of €165 and his phone.
What the fuck?
For several months, the cops failed to find the suspects, as no witnesses came forward and they only had the boy's description of the muggers to go on. In March of the following year, the victim went on his computer and started surfing Google Maps Street View, looking at the location where he'd been mugged around 6 months earlier. To his surprise, the Street View car had captured the two men walking up behind him in the moments before the crime.
Oh!
As is usually the case with these images, the faces of the two muggers and the victim were blurred, but the boy immediately called the cops and informed them of the new development in the case. With the Street View pictures in hand, the authorities asked Google to hand over the unblurred version of the images to help identify the suspects. Interestingly, as soon as they got the unblurred images, the investigators recognized one of the muggers from a previous crime, and the other suspect was identified as the first mugger's twin brother. After confirming their identity, the Dutch police were able to track down and arrest the twins.
Yo, you cannot get away with fucking crime. You can't. You can't do it, dude. You just can't. Stop. Stop trying. You can't. It's not gonna happen. Fucking quit it. Be a better person. What the fuck are you doing with your life? Stop.
But I wasn't able to find official confirmation that they were charged and sentenced. It's unclear if the boy ever got his phone and money back.
Do you even get that back? Like...
30-year-old Kim Wall.
You should get your phone back. I doubt they're giving you your fucking money back. You know they're keeping in that, you know, in the evidence locker for a hot minute. For a hot minute.
Journalist who traveled all over the world to cover stories on social justice. Throughout her career, her reporting took her to countries like Uganda, Cuba, the Marshall Islands, and Kenya, with her work often being featured in prestigious journals like the New York Times, the South China Morning Post, and the Atlantic. In 2017, while she was in Copenhagen with her boyfriend, she met Peter Madsen, a brilliant Danish inventor and self-taught engineer who had built his own submarine, designed his own rockets, and had plans to launch himself into space in the near future.
Ooh. On
August 10th of that year, Peter Madsen took Kim Wall on a trip off the Copenhagen coast in his homemade submarine, the NC-3 Nautilus, for a brief interview. Sadly, after that trip, Kim Wall was never seen again. When she didn't come back later that day, her partner reported her missing and an official investigation was officially launched. Just a few days later, on the 21st of August, a passing cyclist found parts of her body washed up on the beach close to where she had gone missing. And about a month and a half later, the rest of her body was found in multiple different weighted down bags by police divers.
What?
During the investigation, Madsen was brought in for questioning, but he denied having anything to do with the state of her body. He instead claimed that Kim Wall had died after being accidentally hit on the head by the hatch of the submarine.
No, officers, I had nothing to do with what happened to her. But she did accidentally hit her head. I remember that happening. What the fuck?
He instead claimed that Kim Wall had died after being accidentally hit on the head.
Not hit her head, she died. I did see her. She hit her head so hard she died, actually. I was aware of that. I just, you know, whatever. What the fuck?
By the hatch of the submarine. Strangely, he later ended up changing his account of the events and claimed that Wall had died after inhaling toxic fumes. Although no trace of toxic fumes was found in her system, the authorities did find 15 stab wounds on Kim's body. After being held in police custody for a while, Madsen eventually confessed that he had murdered Wall and then thrown her separate body parts into the Baltic Sea. In April 2018, Peter Madsen was convicted on 3 separate charges and was sentenced to life in prison, where he's been spending his days for the past 6 years. In 2021, Madsen ended up receiving an additional 21 months in prison for staging a bomb threat in an extremely elaborate escape attempt.
Kill this nigga! Kill him! Kill him! I'm sorry! Put him under the fucking prison. Why is he in the prison? He needs to be under the fucking prison in a goddamn box. Give him the lethal injection. Electrocute his ass. That cop should have shot him. Like, what the fuck?
Fortunately, he was recaptured soon after and was brought back to his cell.
That's his cell? Bring him down to the American prisons. Bring him down to the American prisons. I know it doesn't work like that, but what is this? Is this what? What country is this? I almost said Dutch. Is that's not a country. That's a language. Is it? Ah, shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm looking like a fool right now. What's it called? Almost Finland? Nah. Netherlands. Okay. Yeah, Dutch is a language. I don't know why. Anyways, are they in Finland or Netherlands or I don't know where they're at exactly, but he don't belong there. He needs to be in the U.S. prisons.
One of the things that's interesting about this case is that Peter Madsen had been captured by the Google Maps Street View camera climbing into his submarine. Chillingly, when he confessed to the murder, he mentioned that his intention was never to take Kim Wall's life, but rather to sink the Nautilus forever, even if it meant that both he and the innocent journalist would die inside.
Why?
To this day, it's still unclear how exactly he took Kim's life, but thankfully Madsen will be spending the rest of his life behind bars with no possibility of ever coming back to society again.
Whatever. That's probably better at a certain point.
Rotondo is a district in Sardinia.
He's not worth the oxygen. He doesn't deserve to breathe the air in this world. He doesn't deserve to eat the food. He doesn't deserve to drink the water. He does not deserve that. He does not deserve that. He is a waste of functioning organs. I wouldn't say perfectly good functioning organs. He's probably older now. I don't know how good they are, but he's a waste of organs. He has organs that someone else could actually use. You know what I mean? He's a waste of that.
Known for its imposing mansions, sandy beaches, and elegant shops and restaurants. In 2002, an Italian businessman sold his villa in Porto Rotondo for €280,000. Due to the comparatively low value of the transaction, the sale immediately raised a red flag for the authorities, and the finance police in Italy ended up using Google Earth as part of their investigation into the property.
Okay.
One important detail about the villa in question is that it allegedly had a swimming pool with a very particular shape, which the cops used to guide their search for the villa using satellite imagery. As soon as they found the property, they confirmed that they had a major case of tax evasion on their hands, as the actual value of the villa should have been much, much higher, considering that the value of all the properties nearby was in the high 7 figures. With enough evidence from Google's satellite imagery to confirm that the unidentified businessman had indeed committed tax fraud, the finance police then checked the suspect's bank accounts and discovered €7 million in unreported deposits spanning several years. This was a case that I just couldn't find a lot of information on, as the original article in Italian had very few details, and it wasn't even officially confirmed what the legal consequences were for the businessman. Still, it's probably safe to assume that his assets were seized, and due to the crazy amount of unreported cash, it's likely that he spent at least a few years in jail.
That's it? Okay. Well, at least no one died here, I guess. That was just some crazy tax evasion shit going on there. Wow. We got part 2? Ooh. Pause that. We ain't ready for it. Pause it. I said pause it. All right, we're good. We'll check this out next time for sure. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed that. I love that. This is another chilling scares video. God, I love these videos. They're so good. They're so good. They're so messed up. They're disturbing. They kind of make me feel weird sometimes. Like, sometimes, depending on what the video is. I don't know. But I really like them. Give chilling scares the love and support they deserve. Because remember, they made this. Not me. We're just watching and reacting to it. That's all we're doing, okay? Cool. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and be good people. I'm telling you, stay above that crime. Stay above that crime. Your ass is gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught on fucking satellite, dude. It's literally how it works now. Google drive-by. Google drive-by. You're gonna get caught. All right. Just stay above it. Stay above it. All right. Be good people.